Okay, the Purge. By the year 2022, America has entered into a new age, a rebirth, thanks to the new founding fathers. 1% unemployment, virtually no crime at all. Because on March 22nd, which seems like a really bizarre day, from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., everything goes. Every single activity is legal. And all weapons, class 4 and below, entirely legal. However, military officials and political officials with a ranking of 10 or higher cannot be purged. So it means you can't, on the purge, essentially walk in and, kill the White House. You can't hunt down the president, people like that. Certain people are essentially, you can't purge them. So let's focus predominantly on Ethan Hawke and his family. Ethan Hawke is a very successful salesman of security devices for the rich. There is a slight amount of the socioeconomical impact of the purge, how it tends to affect the lower, the lower economic status people. So the poor tend to die a lot more than the rich do. But the rich pretty much spend that 12 hours in a heavily fortified fortress, for lack of better terminology. So, about 7 o'clock hits, he locks his house down with a state-of-the-art system. So it's him, his wife, daughter. You meet the daughter's idiotic boyfriend shortly before this, and their son, who drives around a half-melted baby doll on a remote control car that has a camera on it. You see a lot from that thing's perspective. A lot. Probably about 20 minutes in the movie are almost dedicated to that thing driving around. But here's somebody yelling outside. It's a random black guy's running down the street. He's screaming for help. The son disarms the system, opens the door. Come here. We'll help you. Still trying to figure out what's going on, why the purge exists. So they bring the guy in for sanctuary. And that's then when, I'll just call him the Harvard rowing team, actually shows up and they want to kill him. Why? Well, essentially that's what the purge is. These people get together and they pick essentially a random homeless person. Hunt that person down and kill them. That way they can purge all the negative feelings, all the hatred out of their bodies. If you saw the trailers, you figure out they get in. For a person with a state-of-the-art security system, me and my buddy Steve were discussing it afterwards, they got in ridiculously easily. Like, super easy. So I ended up having the small moral conflict of, well, do we let this guy out? Do we not? Do we defend ourselves against him? So they decided to go with the option of defending themselves. And they do a pretty solid job. So a lot of this is pretty much a home invasion story, with some slight twists and turns here and there. I think a very enjoyable movie. I think Ethan Hawke is hitting this bizarre, reinvigoration of his career based upon horror films. Insidious, beautiful movie. This one, really well done. This does have more of that, almost cult feel to it. Like a movie you'd probably watch, maybe once a year. And I talk to people who, so what are you going to do for this purge? I'm just going to bunker down for the next 12 hours. Alright, what are you going to do? I'm going to kill my boss because he deserves it. Interesting idea. If you gave people 12 hours to do whatever they wanted to do with zero legal issues, only the moral and ethical issues about it, would it actually work? And the ending to the movie is actually pretty decent. I think you get an hour before the purge, and then you get maybe 10 minutes after it. So this whole movie takes place essentially over one undeniably hellacious night.